In the grand, bustling city of Athens, there lived a master inventor, architect, and craftsman named Daedalus. His genius was known far and wide, and his creations were unlike any the world had ever seen. He could breathe life into wood and stone, making statues so lifelike they seemed ready to step off their pedestals. But as great as Daedalus was, he carried a secret burden. His ambition, which had brought him fame and fortune, had also led him into trouble. He once had a talented apprentice, his nephew Perdiccas, who showed such promise that Daedalus grew jealous. In a moment of envy, Daedalus pushed Perdiccas from a high tower. The gods, seeing this tragic betrayal, transformed Perdiccas into a bird, saving him from death but leaving Daedalus to carry the weight of his guilt. To escape the whispers of Athens and the shadows of his past, Daedalus sought refuge far from home. He traveled across the seas to the island of Crete, ruled by the powerful king Minos. The king welcomed him with open arms, admiring his brilliance. Minos presented Daedalus with a challenge, to build a prison for a fearsome creature that terrified the people of Crete, the Minotaur, a monstrous being, half man and half bull. To keep this beast hidden, Daedalus crafted a vast labyrinth, a maze so intricate and confusing that once someone entered, they could never find their way out. The labyrinth was Daedalus's masterpiece, a creation so complex that even he marveled at its design. But when Daedalus aided the hero Theseus in unraveling its secrets, Minos' fury erupted like a volcano. The king, his eyes blazing with betrayal, cast Daedalus and his young son, Icarus, into a towering prison perched atop a jagged cliff, its walls kissed by the relentless sea winds. Days bled into weeks, and the tower's cold stone became their world. Daedalus, his mind a storm of ingenuity, paced the cell, his fingers twitching with restless energy. Minos controls the land, he muttered. He rules the seas. But the sky. His eyes gleamed as he gazed through the narrow window, where gulls wheeled against a boundless azure canvas. The sky is ours. In the dim light of their prison, Daedalus became a man possessed. He scavenged feathers from the gulls that dared to perch near their tower, plucking them from the wind or stealing them from nests clinging to the cliff's edge. His hands, calloused yet precise, wove the feathers with thread stolen from tattered cloaks, binding them with beeswax pilfered from the tower's meager supplies. Night after night, he toiled, his breath visible in the chill air, crafting 2 pairs of wings, masterpieces of delicate engineering, their feathers shimmering like a promise of freedom. Icarus, barely 16, watched his father with wide, eager eyes. His restless spirit yearned to break free, to taste the world beyond the tower's suffocating grip. When the wings were complete, Daedalus knelt before his son, his hands gripping Icarus' shoulders. "These wings will carry us to freedom," he said, his voice steady but heavy with warning. "But listen well, my son. Fly too low, and the sea's mist will drag you down. Fly too high, and the sun's fire will melt the wax. Stay close. Follow my path." Icarus nodded, his heart pounding with anticipation, but a spark of defiance flickered in his eyes. Freedom was so close, he could almost taste it. At dawn, they climbed to the tower's highest ledge. The wind howled, tugging at their cloaks as they strapped on the wings. Daedalus tested his, the feathers rustling like a living creature. He glanced at Icarus, whose face glowed with reckless excitement. "Stay close," Daedalus repeated, his voice almost lost in the wind. Then, with a leap, they launched into the sky. The air caught them, and for a moment, the world fell away. They soared, wings slicing through the morning mist, the island of Crete shrinking below them. Icarus laughed, a wild, unrestrained sound, as the wind roared in his ears. The sea sparkled like a